I'm glad to be back. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Sports. Obviously, you guys know basketball's over and it's time for football. But before I do that, let me explain to y'all some rules that we need to talk about. For all you trash talkers out there, there's rules to trash talking. Some of y'all just be trash talking. I don't have no idea what you're talking about. And it's almost like it's a personal attack. It blows my mind. So here's the thing. Rules to trash talking. First, number one rule is know what you're talking about. Don't just trash talk just to trash talk. It blows my mind when people call me sweetheart and lovely and things like that when they trash talking. And I'm looking at them like, what are you talking about? I don't know if trash talking is, the people don't understand. Trash talking is when you can trash talk about the team that you like, not trash talking where it sounds like it's a personal attack. Like I listen to some people trash talking, they call people garbage, they call people all kinds of stuff, and I'm saying to myself, how you gonna call somebody garbage if you don't know what you're talking about? So the one thing about trash talking that gets me is how I'll be trash talking with somebody and I'll be like saying like, hey, look, the Saints got the best defense out there. They're gonna put the smack down on Tampa Bay, and then somebody come back and say something like, sweetheart, huh? Like you already lost me right there when you said sweetheart. Like I'm like, okay, hey man, my favorite line is that somebody told me last year that I was a clown. Then I'm laughing. I'm saying to myself, how you gonna call me a clown? I know what I'm talking about. You don't. And oh, you a clown. One dude literally said this last year during the NFL season. I never forget it. This dude told me I was a clown because I told him that the Chargers was not gonna beat the Chiefs not one time last year. He called me a clown and told me I was old and I need to shut my mouth. And I was like, what that got to do with the damn Chargers? I'm thinking that you're gonna tell me, oh, well, the Chargers gonna beat the Chiefs because of this. I said, give me some facts of why the Chargers are gonna win. Oh, I don't have any facts. I just think you're stupid. You're a fossil. You're too old to know anything about football. Listen, guys. All I'm saying is if you're gonna trash talk, know how to trash talk. Have your stuff together. Because if you trash talk with anybody on this podcast, we're gonna smack you. And we're gonna smack you with actual facts and make you look bad and show you what a clown really looks like. Well, all that being said, guys, listen, it's time for me to start the show. I just had to get that off my chest because people are always trying to trash talk me and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. With all that being said is we getting ready to start a new series. The series is the training camp series for every division. We're going to go through every division and every team, and we're going to start this thing off with the NFC East. And by the way, for y'all who want to watch good podcasts, there's a kid over there. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm impressed with him. He does Clutch Sports. His call sign is Clutch Sports. If you haven't seen him yet, go check him out. You'll know when you've seen him. This kid knows his stuff. Now, he's one of the few young kids I can say know they stuff. I watch him all the time. I love to comment on his stuff. He's going to be joining this show, so get ready for that. There's another kid out there named J.D. Barber. Now, he's a big Cowboy fan. Well, by the way, Clutch Sports is a big Cowboy fan. J.D. Barber, he's going to be coming on the show. We're going to bring him on the show twice because he wants to talk about basketball, the end of the basketball season, and he wants to talk about them doggone Dallas Cowboys. So we're gonna be bringing them on left and right. With all that being said, we getting ready to talk about the NFC East and who we think gonna win that division. I don't think it's a surprise, but we maybe surprise you. I don't know. Everybody in the world probably know who's gonna win that division. And with that, I need a little help. And I'm gonna bring my boy Rod Matthews. Are you there?
Man, what's up, Rich? How you doing, brother?
Man, what's that? Man, you ever trash talk with anybody like that? I mean,
hey, all the time. You know, I trash talk with the old lady at the grocery store the other day. She gonna tell me something about the Baltimore Ravens gonna win. I'm like, come on, man, you too old. She was a fossil, Rich. She was probably about 82.
Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, check this out. Check this out, guys. What you think about the NFC East and the Washington Commanders?
I think that is 4 victories for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Say that again.
I think that's 4 victories for the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's crazy. That just gives them 2.
Well, they play them
That gives the
twice.
Eagles 2 wins.
Well, they play them twice. They play them home and away.
Right, right. You don't think Washington gonna win that one game against Philadelphia?
They only play 2, so I don't
I
think they're gonna
know.
win one of them. No,
No, you
I
don't think
don't.
so?
I
Are they
don't.
gonna beat? Are they gonna beat the Cowboys once?
Washington?
Washington.
No.
Bruh, you don't get Eric Bieniemy no props.
I mean, he's just coming into the division. I mean, you can only play who they put out there. So, and they're kind of lacking for talent, in my opinion. Who's their quarterback again?
I look, I forgot the guy's name.
My point exactly.
You know what's funny? I like Eric Bieniemy. I know Washington will have a good running game. I gotta get this echo out of here. Hold on, Rod. I know Washington's gonna have a good running game, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the quarterback is. I wasn't lying. I really don't. I'm trying to think of his name as I'm talking, and I really don't know his name. I do know this. Washington do have an okay defense. They can move the ball. They do have some studs in the backfield. I'm with you on that, Rod. I don't think they're gonna beat Philadelphia nor Dallas once, but this the NFL. We do get surprises. Um, but it's a wait and see thing for me for the Washington Commanders. I just don't think they can do enough that fast to put them in the hunt for the division. Now they may believe they can win it, but I don't. And unless you got some inside info on that, we're gonna move on to the New York Giants.
Well, my inside information, just for your own edification, you have a choice between Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. Your choice.
Hey, I'll take Howell.
Okay. And then you'll take
Does it really matter?
you'll take 10 losses as well.
Listen, let me tell you something. I don't believe, Rod, that neither one of them quarterbacks can do absolutely nothing.
I agree. We are in lockstep agreement with that. Yeah.
But Sam Howell did beat Dallas last year.
He did.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah, for Cowboy fans, I know you recall that.
Bruh, I laughed for 4 freaking quarters because I was like, this is insane. I mean, like, it was insane. And they can't say they didn't need the game because they did. So, whatever. Let's move. Listen, let's move to Daboll. I like Daboll.
Yeah.
I think the New York Giants, I think Daniel Jones is maturing. I mean, but I'm still kind of pissed off at New York because they let Kadarius Toney go. But thank you for that, by the way. They let Kadarius Toney go. Now they let John Ross go. I'm trying to figure out who the receivers over there. I mean, have they even brought Saquon? Have they signed him yet? Have they re-upped him yet? Nope.
I mean, they're gonna be hitting him with the franchise tag. That's really what
they hit him with the franchise.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't see them winning the division either. I don't even see it. Listen, I think that the New York Giants caught a lot of people by surprise last year. This year, they're not going to catch anybody by surprise.
No. Especially now with Darius Slayton and Paris Campbell as their primary weapons.
I know who Slayton is.
Paris Campbell, they got him from the coast.
You see my reaction, right?
Exactly.
I mean, like, okay, well, listen, my thing is this. When you're rebuilding the New York Giants, and I'm trying to get this echo out of my freaking voice, but the New York Giants, to me, is just trying to figure it out. They didn't really do that. I don't think they did that well in the draft, unless they got some surprise person in their training camp or something like that. I don't see the New York Giants winning the division at all.
No.
I can't say they won't make the playoffs, but I will say they will not win the division. Um, I don't see anything so far from the Commanders or the Giants. And as you can see, I'm rolling this thing on through because there's only two teams in the East that I really want to talk about. One is the
Absolutely.
runner up, and the other one is the winner. I mean, so let's start with who I believe is the freaking runner up, and that's the Dallas
Who would that
Cowboys.
be?
That would
No.
be the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Why? Now, everybody's going to say, oh, this dude just don't like the Dallas Cowboys. I know it's coming. He just don't like the Dallas Cowboys. But first of all, you're right. You're right. I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. But to be quite honest with you, I think, okay, so Rod, let me ask you a question. Isn't the definition of stupid doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result?
Yeah, insanity. They call it
That's
insanity, but
insanity. Okay, that's insanity, right?
same thing.
So what I'm trying to understand is what exactly did Dallas change from last year? And I'm not talking about who they got in the draft. I thought they did pretty good in the draft. What did they change?
Not really much. Still the same weapons at wide receiver. You know, the only thing they did is they don't have Zeke. You know what I mean? Tony Pollard's going to be started, but he's coming off an injury. So
I'm gonna be honest with you, Rod. I think Zeke not re-signing Zeke for less money, bro. I think that hurt them.
right, that
See,
offensive line isn't what it. It's just another year older.
here's what my thoughts is. See, people get this confused. I know Zeke ain't Zeke ain't no put tote the rock 50 times no more. He's not that kind of back anymore. But Zeke brought more to the table than just running the football and scoring touchdowns. Zeke was a leader on that sideline. I mean, people defensively and offensively look up to Zeke. And I think the Cowboys pissed off about the players anyway, pissed off that they didn't re-sign Zeke.
Mm-hmm. On a side note, how do you feel about the devaluation of the running back in the league, man? I mean, when we
That
came
sucks.
up, it was all about the two primary weapons on the field were your running back on offense and a linebacker on defense. Middle linebackers rule the field. Now they're irrelevant, both of them. You know what I mean? Nobody cares about your linebacker. If you're a linebacker now, you're trying to be an edge rusher. You're not trying to be a linebacker. If you're a offensive player now, you want to be a wide receiver instead of a running back because the position has been devalued from a monetary standpoint, not from a usage standpoint on the field. That's totally different. The running back is very valuable on the field, but from a monetary standpoint and how it makes up your cap, they have really totally disregarded those guys.
Okay, so let me answer that in a two-part answer. Okay. First of all, for all you youngsters out there, he's right. They have devalued the damn running back. But let me explain something to y'all. What's different? Back in our time, you had one freaking running back. And you had every now and then you'd give him a breather with the fullback. You didn't have no two or three running backs on your doggone roster. And you had running back with the likes of Tony Dorsett, Earl Campbell, Wilbur Montgomery, Eric Dickerson. I mean, you had some freaking studs. I'm talking about that would just literally take over a football game. And they paid them. And if I forgot any of those running backs, it's a lot of good ones too. I mean, but I'm not going to sit there and try to name them all. I can only name some of my favorites. So, first of all, devaluing a running back monetarily and not realizing the power. Let me ask you a question, Rod. With the exception of the Kansas City Chiefs, take them out the equation. So how do you win the game? When you're in the lead in the fourth quarter, you hand it off to who?
You run the ball, man.
You run the rock, right?
Ask Russell Wilson. That's why he doesn't have 2 championships.
Bro, don't bring me to the dumbest play I've ever seen in Super Bowl history. Every time I see the play, I just shake my head like, what in the hell was that? But let's be honest, beast mode was the real deal.
Absolutely.
I mean, being a Saints fan, you know about beast mode.
I have nightmares about thinking about how my guy Terry Porter got knocked down to the ground.
Man, he got knocked down.
He got knocked down
to the ground. Look, he got knocked down like I do my 8-year-old. I mean,
Yeah. And I happened to be wearing his jersey at the time. I'm like, oh my God, no.
and you got to wear that around the house all day.
Exactly.
Take
Exactly. I'll
that
never
crap
forget that.
off. Listen, all I'm saying is they devalue. You're right. They devalue the running back. They don't want to pay them guys anymore, and the running back is still just as important. Because I'm gonna
Absolutely.
be honest. I'm gonna be honest. If Isaiah Pacheco is not on Kansas City roster in that Super Bowl, it's a totally different game.
Absolutely.
I mean, so regardless of what everybody would agree with, Isaiah Pacheco made some big freaking plays in that game. And
Even to the point where as the passing games become more important, these guys being able to pick up the blitz is very important. Look at McKinnon. I mean, look how valuable he was being able to pick up
Jared
the blitz.
McKinnon really got re-signed this year because of his ability to protect Mahomes on
Absolutely.
them big linemen. I mean, like the running back plays a major, major role. And
Absolutely.
that's why I truly believe, Rod, that Dallas will suffer. Now I know Dallas fans probably saying, "Oh, we got two good running backs. We got Tony Pollard. We got this. We got." I hear you, but they ain't neither one of them have the relationship that Zeke did with that team,
No.
offensively and defensively. It's going to play dividends in your ability to win close games. Remember, I said that.
Yeah.
Remember, I said that, Dallas fans. No, I do not have
Absolutely.
the Dallas. I do not have the Dallas fans winning. I do not have Dallas Cowboys winning this division. I don't.
No. I mean, number
And,
one,
and,
they're up
and
against, I think, I know I get some dispute from you, but I think probably the most well-rounded team in the league is the Eagles.
you know I'm gonna dispute that, but I'm
Of
not gonna
course, I
dispute
know
it
you do. I
tonight.
know you. I know you do. I know you do.
I'm not
But
gonna. But here's the thing. I'm gonna say the more complete team in the NFC is definitely the Eagles. I mean,
oh,
like,
without question.
I mean, now I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did when I was watching the draft. For all those who are watching or who's gonna watch later, I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I was did what I did when I was watching the draft, and all those trades were going on, and then they said the Philadelphia Eagles got Jalen Carter. That's what I did, Rod. I just did like this.
Just shake your head like, oh
Because I
man,
was like, it's over.
it's a wrap.
What in the world? Listen, and I know Dallas went in and got a good defensive tackle themselves. But these guys need to understand something. This dude's a monster.
This guy's
I
gonna
don't give
be
a rat's what he did at his pro day. I care less. When that dude get on the field, he is a monster. And what do
yeah,
Dallas like to do? And this is why I say the definition of insanity, trying to do the same thing over and over again. This is why Mike Mike McCarthy was the coach of the Green Bay Packers. Yes, they won a Super Bowl. The year they won the Super Bowl, he was running the West Coast offense to perfection, and he had one of the best quarterbacks in the world to do it. Right?
mm-hmm.
That next year, when they rolled back around, Aaron Rodgers wanted him gone. Said his play calling was predictable. And to be honest with you, if you go look at the video, it kind of was predictable. And now, I guess what he's learning a little bit more. You think he can learn a little bit something different about that offense now? So he's gonna call plays for Dallas. Again, Dallas fans, I think that was a mistake. Everybody in the freaking NFL, and I'm gonna let you talk, Rob, but everybody in the freaking NFL know Mike McCarthy want to run the freaking football. Everybody knows that. What happens, Mike, if you can't run it? Now I'm gonna let you start right there.
I mean, well, we've already seen the results of him calling plays, but I guess he feels as though if he's gonna go down, he wants to go down with his philosophy in place, right? Because if he doesn't win this year, he's out of there.
See ya.
So I guess he didn't want to leave his fate in the hands of a youngster. So he escorted him out. He got him a job with the Chargers. So he's going to call his own plays, and he's going to really be the master of his own fate. So I
Let me
can't
ask,
blame him. I don't think they're going to be successful, but I can't really say I blame him for taking his own fate in his own hands.
let me ask you this, Rod. I gotta ask you this. Was Kellen Moore the problem?
No, Kellen Moore was not the problem.
I didn't think he was the problem either.
Old offensive linemen were the problem.
Go ahead. It's some more. It's some more.
A
Listen, I went
quarterback
back
that
and
couldn't perform in the biggest moments was a problem. Zach. Dak is the homie. You know what I mean? He from Harlem.
I don't
But
want to sit here and bash Dak. I bashed him long enough last year. All I'm gonna say is I seen a lot of plays that Kellen Moore called that there were wide receivers and tight ends running wide open across that freaking field. And this dude
mhm,
would look and throw to somebody else. So I don't care. I can bring up one particular game that everybody gave him credit for, and I criticized him for. That was that was the Houston Texans who truly should have beat Dallas,
mhm.
and everybody gave him credit for that last drive.
Man, he was telling a great story. As those Cowboy fans took him off the air. You can never overestimate the power of Cowboy fans. I know we thought the Cowboy fans terminated you. They came in and hacked. They hacked the broadcast.
Dak throws an interception in the heart of the freaking game in the fourth quarter. Now, if any Dallas fan, you can test me on this. Go back and watch the play that he threw the interception on, and tell me if you don't find two people. One is open, and one is wide open. And tell me you don't see that yourself. And then how in the hell you gonna blame Kellen Moore for that? The right play was called. He threw it to the wrong person. Can anybody else understand it? I ain't gonna bash that. I ain't gonna Dak. I like Dak Prescott. Let me get something straight. I like Dak Prescott as a person. I
Oh,
like him
great
off
guy.
that field. But when
Great
I
guy.
see that dude play football, I'm still trying to figure out some of the decisions that he make behind that center. So Dallas fans, hear me when I say this. Mike McCarthy calling the plays. I give you about week 8. You're gonna be cussing him out. Because when you watch to see, because here's the thing. I said this to a Dallas fan last year, Rod. You're gonna love this. I said I would love to see the Dallas Cowboys just once on 3rd and 1, play action and go for the guts, or even on 4th and 1, just once. Try it, just one
Yeah.
time. Just
No,
give me one time.
that's Zeke all day.
But but everybody know you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Look, nobody expects you to throw that football. Nobody. You know how I know? Because the safeties just inch up. They just inch all the
Mm-hmm.
way up. I've been watching film. They ain't gonna throw the ball. They gonna run it.
Mm-hmm.
That that's crazy. So if I find that out, now I'm gonna say that's Kellen Moore now. So you say it's Kellen Moore, you fired him. I think it was a mistake. This year we're gonna find out. It's gonna show itself real quick.
Oh yeah. Won't take
So
long.
it won't take long. But with that being said, Philadelphia Eagle fans, y'all a monster. Y'all are just straight monsters.
And they only got better during the offseason. And they went
Look,
to the Super Bowl.
when I watch them, Rod, when I watch them, right, and I'm saying to myself, they really wouldn't have to change even their plays. I didn't really see anybody stop the Philadelphia Eagles. I think one game, the Indianapolis Colts had a beat on them, and that was about it. I'm talking about offensively now. I'm not talking about defensively. Did you see anybody other than Indianapolis give them problems on offense? I didn't.
Not at all. They've
I mean, they
gotten
but
better. They went and got better running backs, in my opinion. They lost Miles Sanders, but they went and got DeAndre Swift and they got Rashad Penny.
I forgot about that, dude. I did. So, so,
Okay.
so my thing is, Dallas played Philadelphia twice. Now, I'm gonna call last year a wash. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the first game, Dak wasn't there. The second game, Jalen wasn't there. So, but all I can say is They did kind of bust 35 on y'all without having Jalen Hurts. That's scary when you think about it. And Minshew was back there
I
like
was about
he's
to say
all freaking.
Gardner. I was like Gardner or Minshew put 30 up on him.
And let's not forget the Dallas Cowboys defense was pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
And they bust 35. That shows you right there that the talent on the Philadelphia Eagles is really good. Now, how can they, Roy? Let me ask you this important question. Important question. Let's give some benefit of the doubt here. Let's get some benefit of the doubt. Can the Dallas Cowboys prove us wrong?
Can they? Of course they can. It's the NFL. Anything can happen any given Sunday. In that league, there's no truer statement than any given Sunday anybody can win a game. However,
So,
the likelihood of it happening, I think it's pretty slim.
Okay, can the Dallas Cowboys get past their problem, the divisional round of the playoffs?
They have enough talent to do so.
They've had enough talent for the last 5 years.
Again, can they put the pieces together? Can their head coach, push the right buttons? Obviously, call the right plays. So, I mean, that's going to be the factor. But I know they have enough talent to do so. I do have them pick second in the division behind the Eagles, of course. I'm looking at them with a season maybe 10-7, maybe 11-6.
I gave them a little bit better than that. I gave them, I think, 12-5. And the reason why I did
Philadelphia territory right there. I got Philadelphia at 13 games this year. I think they're going to.
I got Philadelphia at 13 or 14 games.
I got them at 13 games, but I got the Cowboys at 11, maybe 11 games at the most.
I believe the Dallas Cowboys could have made it to the NFC Championship last year, Rod. If they'd have won a division, I believe they'd have made it to the NFC Championship. I'm telling you why. The road that you take is important. Now, there's a tall task. They would have had to beat the 49ers, then to beat the Philadelphia Eagles just to go to the Super Bowl. That's just not going to happen. So I believe if they'd have won a division, they'd have got a better seed, and they could have possibly done it. But I think that was their window. I told a lot of Dallas fans that I was like, look, I didn't give y'all a shot to even get to the divisional playoffs. You get to the divisional playoffs, you almost win the game. I think that was your window. So here's the magic question for all them Dallas fans out there. And since I'm biased, like for real biased, since I'm biased, I'm going to ask you this. If the Dallas Cowboys do not at least make it to the NFC Championship this year, is it time to rid yourself of Dak Prescott?
Wow. That's a tall task, man. That means you're going to Final Four out of 32 teams.
And if they don't?
If they don't, then
do you get rid of the coach and the quarterback? Or do you
coach gone for sure. Coach is gone for sure.
Here's what's crazy. You said this, I gotta share this with everybody. Rod said something to me the other day, and it been on my mind since he said it. You said that Kellen was going over to the Chargers to become the head coach.
Absolutely.
I totally agree. I agree with that. But you know what's funny? I believe the Chargers coach could get Dallas to the Super Bowl. See, the Dallas Cowboys lack one thing. Well, they lack a lot of different things, but the biggest thing that they lack in my eyes is aggression. I just talked about it a few minutes ago when I said, show me something other than a run on 4th and 1. Is aggression. And that coach over there in Chargers, that dude there is aggressive beyond aggression.
I mean, to me, the league has evolved now to the point where you have to have a special head coach quarterback relationship to win a Super Bowl. If you don't have that, you're not going to win a Super Bowl. And most of the times that comes with an offensive head coach, not necessarily a defensive head coach.
So for the record, let me tell everybody this for the record. Me and Rob both picked the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East. Let's just get that out the way. But I'm going to go a little bit step further for all the fans out there that is watching this. Here's the thing for me. And I'm going to say it out loud so I don't have to say it on a reel or all during the season last year. and y'all hope y'all hear me when I say it, because I'm gonna say it loud, Rod. I do not believe a run first team can win the Super Bowl. Okay, so a lot of people disagree. Okay, I tell you what, you go up against some of these elite offenses like Philadelphia, and you try to run the freaking rock and let that be your lead, and you fall behind, you're toast.
But I think Philadelphia is more of a run first type offense.
Nope. No. Philadelphia run the run pass option. Right? They can choose to run or choose to pass anytime they want, right? Right?
But they're run heavy. They're run heavy offense.
They run heavy. Did you see them running in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, no. They did run.
They ran, but was it the dominant factor?
No, not that game, no.
Because you know why they didn't run the ball like that?
Chris Jones?
Try to run the ball on the Chiefs. You try to run the ball on the Chiefs and watch what they do to you. They're going to burn you up. I mean, listen, guys, these offenses, the way the rules are and how it all works now, you want to smash mouth somebody, good luck with that. Because the minute a team know that you want to smash mouth, all they're going to do is just score a lot of points. Then what? Name one game that you can truly say last year that somebody just smash mouth somebody to the very end. Name one game from beginning to the end.
I don't know.
Find
turn on a Tennessee Titan game. There you
go. Who they smash mouth? You see how they ended up, right? You see they ended up, right? You saw where they ended up at, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee even make the playoffs. They didn't even make the playoffs, did it?
No, they did not.
But they are a smash mouth team, though. That's a good team. Now, what? Some people say the 49ers. Would you really consider the 49ers a smash mouth team? No, because they run slashing running plays. I'm talking about just turning around, handing the ball off 30 freaking times to two running backs and dominating the game. First down, till the team just wears out, and then them big old holes start opening up for 10, 15, 20 yards. Name one freaking game. Just one. I can name one, but the team lost. That's why I say you can't. The Green Bay Packers did it to the Buffalo Bills on a Monday Night Football game. And they lost. You know why they lost, Rod? Because Buffalo can score a lot of freaking points.
Yeah.
The days of smash mouth fans, okay. I tell you what, top 7 teams in the league, you try to smash mouth and watch what happens. You watch how bad you lose.
But running the ball is still such an essential part of the game, though.
I ain't say it wasn't. I'm talking. You know damn well what I'm talking about when I'm talking about smash mouth. You know damn well what I'm talking about, right? Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Name one. I challenge anybody to name one game that a team, and I'm not talking about no team that was subpar. I'm not talking about that, because anybody can run on them. Hell, you couldn't even do it to the Houston Texans.
Right.
I just need somebody to name one team that smash mouth the team so bad till they end up beat them something like 24-10 because they couldn't even get the ball because they just kept running the ball. Name one team.
I'd have to go back through the archives from last year.
Yeah, you better go back to the archives, because believe me when I tell you. So what I'm trying to say is, Rod, do you agree with me or disagree with me? If you have a smash mouth game plan, that's your game plan to run the rock, beat up on people, wear them down, you think you can win a Super Bowl with that?
I think you can if you have, if your goal is to come off play action, really. If that's your goal, to come off play action and stretch the field, then yeah, I think you can have a very successful season. You can win a Super Bowl that way. And
for all these smart Alex that's going to comment on this podcast and tell me that Dallas did it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs, I did not say playoff. I said regular season. And the bottom line is the reason why they was able to do it to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is because Devin White looked like a complete cripple. He looked like he just did not even want to play. Half of those plays that the Dallas Cowboys got was because of him. And I'm sitting there, no effort at all. And Warren Sapp should have called him out. I mean, and I know Warren Sapp called him out for a different game, but it kind of lasted all the way through the season. What I'm saying is, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would have gave some type of effort, Dallas wouldn't even be able to smash mouth them. But you saw what happened when they tried to smash mouth the 49ers. And you saw what happened when the 49ers tried to smash mouth them. You saw what happened. Now, the 49er fans going to get mad and say, oh, well, it's because of our quarterback. We was on a fourth quarterback. It didn't matter if you was on a fourth quarterback or not. I tell a lot of 49er fans this. The 49ers was not going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. It would have been closer, but they weren't going to win that game. What I'm saying is, guys, the NFL have made the rules so you cannot do that anymore.
Right.
But you know what? If anybody want to know why they made the rules like that, it's because it's boring. I mean, like it's. Let's be honest, Rod. Is it not the most boring thing you ever seen?
Yeah, I think the one of the biggest things that kind of added to it was them opening up the middle of the field and allowing tight ends and these slot receivers to really flourish. That has really opened up the game to stop it from being a more of a smash mouth game because of the rule changes like that.
And you and I was back in the time where if you brought your butt across that middle,
it's decapitation.
you can't do that anymore.
No,
but
that's
believe
really
me when
the game.
For all you youngsters out there, I tell you what, you ain't never seen this guy. Go watch videotape of Jack Tatum. Go watch videotape of running lot, and you say your receiver gonna come across that middle, and watch what happened to him.
Concussion protocol.
Rod. They didn't even try to get the interception. Even if they could get it, I don't want the interception. I want to crush you.
Right.
What did my boy? I always talk about this, and it's so sad. But I gotta give love to the SWAC. I gotta give love to Sammy White. You saw the hit Jack Tatum put on Sammy White in Super Bowl 11.
I did.
You saw it, and you saw. Tell me what there wasn't a part of you that didn't feel sorry for.
Man, I mean, to this day, I know I still feel bad for that hit.
Remember the look he had on his face? Everybody was like, he held on to the ball. Well, yeah. He did, because he had no choice.
That was just out of a muscle reflex. He didn't even know where he was.
He was out, done, finished.
He had no idea where he was at that time.
I mean, he was completely out.
Yeah.
See, they don't let them play defense like that anymore.
Right.
And since they don't let them play defense, that everybody can just roam across the middle. You just and them little 5'7" wide receivers, weigh about $170, just gonna fly around and they can just fly. Man, that didn't happen back in the days.
Yeah.
You get your butt killed. I mean,
there was no Cole Beasley or Wes Walker back in the days.
No, wouldn't even survive. They wouldn't survive 4 freaking games. They wouldn't have survived. Right. So all I'm saying is, guys, before I end this show, we're getting ready to do a great series on the NFCs and every other division too. We want to do every single division, and we're gonna save the Saints and the NFC South for last.
Yeah,
and for all those Saints,
they're the best for last.
And all those Saints fans out there are gonna be mad at me because I didn't do the NFC South first. I can't, because I'm waiting on something. I think something's about to happen in New Orleans, and I'm waiting to see if it's gonna happen. That's why I want to do them last. And
DeAndre Hopkins? Did you say DeAndre Hopkins?
No.
Okay.
Right. First of all, if it did happen, the Saints wouldn't be able to sign another player for the next 3 years.
Hey, we can dream, man. We can dream, Rich.
I honestly think DeAndre Hopkins is going to Kansas City, but we'll see. We'll see. And I told my boy at Clutch Sports this too. First of all, people need to stop trying to act like DeAndre Hopkins is such a big threat. Nobody don't care about. Nobody worry about DeAndre Hopkins getting behind them anymore. To be quite honest with you, DeAndre Hopkins never really got behind people. He's just a hell of a freaking receiver that can catch the ball. He is a possession receiver.
He still has great value, I think, though.
Oh, without a doubt, he's still one of the best out there. Don't get it twisted. I am not trying to take anything from D-Hop. D-Hop is the man. But let's just be honest. He don't scare nobody. Ain't no safety gonna be over the top. They don't care. I mean, they don't care. Look, they know they can tackle you, so therefore they ain't worried about that. Believe me, they ain't playing like they play.
He can get you 8 catches a game easy.
8 catches a game, probably 95, 100 yards and a touchdown. That's his thing. But you ain't got to worry about him catching no 80-yarder. It ain't happening. I mean,
Nah, not no more.
not anymore. I mean, so with all that being said, we're going to dive off into this. We're going to have some great guests on. I got my boy coming from Clutch Sports on. I told y'all JJD Barber coming on. We're going to have some great guests. It's going to be some trash talking going on. And Saints fans, y'all want to join, y'all want to, especially those Saints fans that are with us during the season. We talk a lot of noise. Saints fans and Cowboy fans talk noise to each other like they're in the same division. It's one
I
of the
can't wait,
craziest
Rich.
things.
I didn't get a chance to go through football season last year with the show, man. It's going to be so much fun this year going through football season.
Oh my God, I can't wait. And with all that being said, guys, I really appreciate y'all joining the show. It's a lot of changes going to happen. Y'all going to start seeing a lot of graphics. Y'all going to start seeing some good stuff going on. With that being said, y'all know what we say here. This is Richard Cole with Let's Talk Sports. That's Rod Matthews. My boy Rabbit in the background. Oh, peace. We out.
Peace.